Hello friends, it is Tanya from Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot. I am going to give it a minute to let everybody see that I am live here on the Facebook page. I'm doing it here in a little bit of a different location. I'm also going to try to share it to my group. So if you're not part of the Sweet Tea Stampers community Facebook group, feel free to send a request to join that. It's a public group open to anyone that's interested in Stampin' Up! And the Sweet Tea Stampers. And it's open to anybody, not just demonstrators, but that's for our Sweet Tea Stampers community. So let me see if I can share that. Hello, hello. I see some hellos. Hi, ladies. So I'm going to get started in just a second. Just going to share this to the group because sometimes I've been doing these for a while now in the group, in the Facebook group, instead of here on the business page. And I decided this month, after taking a few weeks off of Facebook Lives, I'm changing it up. So I'm going to be doing these here on Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot. And also, but still share them to the other groups as well for viewing. And of course, if you can't catch me live when I offer these Facebook Lives, I'm going to be doing one a week, but I'm going to be changing up the days of the week and the times, basically alternating is kind of my plan right now through the end of the year. And so we're going to do Thursday nights at 8:30 or 9:30, depending on the week, because once a month on a Thursday night, I end up having a class. So it tends to go a little bit later. So I'll pop on somewhere between 9 and 9:30 after that's over. And then alternate weeks, I'm going to be doing a Tuesday lunchtime crafting session. So again, whatever you can fit it in, whenever you can participate, even if you do a replay, just make sure you give me a comment or a thumbs up to let you know you've watched. And I'm so glad you're here. So tonight I'm going to be making a Christmas card. Of course, we're counting down. We're down to what? 25 plus 25, like basically 50 days if you don't count today. 50 days until Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. If 50 days, we are 50 days away. So I know a lot of you have probably already started your Christmas crafting, and if not, what a better way to do it than to be some dedicated time, have that when you're crafting along with someone here on Facebook. So like I said, feel free to make a comment, let me know you're here, and share the video if you are so, if you so desire. And I see some people have said hello. So hi, Tracy and Jamie. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time saying hi to everybody, but thank you for joining me tonight. So, all right. So a couple things I want to mention, and then I'm going to flip my phone down and get to crafting. So today, Stampin' Up! Started a brand new starter kit promotion, and it's called Start with Savings. But essentially, the starter kit that Stampin' Up! Offers is on sale. And by sale, I mean it's $20 off. So normally it would be $99 plus tax. It always has free shipping. But instead, it is $75 plus tax. So you're saving over $20 on the starter kit. The great news is that the starter kit value is the same. So you still get to choose $125 in product that you choose of Stampin' Up! Product in your starter kit. So that's really an amazing deal. So for $75 plus a little tax, depending on where you live, it goes by your rate in your area, you're going to get to pick out $125 in Stampin' Up! Product. So again, if you've got a Christmas card making list and need some supplies, whether it be cardstock or ink pads or stamp sets or dies or ribbons, whatever it is, those things do add up quickly. And you know Stampin' Up! Has the best products, so you don't want to skimp on those. But you know, get that list together, get it right up to 125. For the starter kit, you cannot go over. You have to be right at 125 or less. And then once you've done the starter kit, anything you buy between now and March 31st of 2022 will automatically get a 20% discount. So it's an amazing time. This promotion again started today and goes until November 30th. So I will be reminding you throughout the month. I'll be posting it. If you're on my email list, you'll be seeing it in an email. If you're not on my email list, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll reach out to you via messenger or comment back to add you to my email list. I send out about 1 email a week-ish. Sometimes I might throw in a second one if there's some big promotion or special happening that's pretty timely. But typically I do about 1 email a week. And I'm just really highlighting things I'm doing, specials, promotions, things like that. It's not really like a newsletter or a blog link. That I don't really do those. It's just an email for information. So, and you can opt out and tell me you don't want to receive them any longer at any time. But again, I just do about 1 a week. So 4 to 5 a month usually is what it ends up being for my customers. But I'd love for you to join my email list as well. So. All right, well, let me get the phone flipped down. I feel like I haven't done this in forever, so give me a second. I'm going to cover up the camera and then flip it down to the other phone holder. I might have to make an adjustment real quick with that, so just bear with me. But I am still here. The biggest thing, and I see Irene is saying, hi, hey girl. Good to have you on here with us tonight, Irene, all the way in Texas. We got hit with a little bit of cold weather. So I tried all day to just deal with the cold weather and cold temperatures, but we're in the 40s right now and it's cold and wet and damp. So I finally, when my husband got home from work as the sun was already going down, I said, I cannot deal with it anymore. I'm going to be too cold all night. Let's just bump the heat on, at least for tonight. And then we will, hopefully level out a little bit and not be as cold the next couple days. But I think tomorrow's going to be a cool day as well. So, all right, let me adjust some lighting so we have a little bit better lighting. Hopefully that helps. All right, so I do have a November host code if you are looking to place an order. If you want to place the starter kit order, you would just go to tanyareed.stampinup.net, and the top menu bar is a button that says join. That is actually the most direct way to join and get that starter kit promotion. Is again tanyareed.stampinup.net and then click join. But if you're just placing a normal order, not the starter kit order, then I do have a host code that's open, HHJZANH3, and so that is available for the whole month of November. So please use that if you're placing an order. And if you're doing it online, of course, it will ship direct to you. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting a little bit. My phone holder, I used it in a different way the other day, last week, and so it kind of was not exactly in the right spot. So hopefully that is not too wonky. But all right, so this is the stamp set that I'm going to be using tonight on my card, and it's called Evergreen Elegance. And this is one out of the regular catalog. This is not something in the mini catalog, but in fact, it's on page 91 of the regular catalog. And it actually has a coordinating punch, which I felt like I brought over here with me, and now I don't see it. So I don't know what to do with it. I must have laid it down somewhere and now I don't see it. Okay, maybe I'll find it in a minute when I start moving things around. But I did bring that punch over to show you, and now I don't see it on my desk. Okay, well, anyway, so the point is that the punch is a banner border style punch. And this is an example of a card I made a little while back, actually at one of my Christmas in July classes. And I punched out that border punch a couple times to create this row of trees. And this is using that shimmer vellum, which is in the in colors. So that's what the border punch does for the one that coordinates with the stamp set. I'm not using it on the card I'm doing tonight, but it is the one that coordinates with that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm using this stamp set, Evergreen Elegance, for my card. And then the paper, the designer series paper that I'm going to use on tonight's card is the Painted Christmas designer series paper. So when I'm done tonight, I will add a list at the top of this video to show you the items that I used on my project and item numbers and things like that. So if you do want to place an order, you'll have those all in one spot and you can easily reference those. Okay, so that's the designer paper that I'm using. I'm actually using the piece here with some little pine cone sprigs. That's the one I'm using for my project. All right. So my card is, oops, keep moving that, is this card here. And I'm using, like I said, that pine cone DSP from the stamp set. I'm using this spray of pine bow by Pine Needles. on this card, and then I'm using the Merry Christmas from the card. I did not stamp anything on the inside here, but of course there are some really nice inside greetings here. It's friends like you that make this season so wonderful, and then may the beauty of the season bring you joy and warm memories to cherish throughout the year. So those are some really nice sayings to put on the inside of your card. I've done some other things with these trees. I didn't bring any of those over here with me to show you, but I did do a couple more cards with those trees. So, all right, so let's get started. The colors of ink we're using are Real Red and Evening Evergreen. And then I need to get out my stamps. So this is one of the Cling Mount red rubber stamps. So it is not the photopolymer. So I'm just going to get these on some blocks real quick. So I'm using that one and this one. And I think I will put a small tree on the inside as well. So we'll go ahead and get that out while we're at it. That might not be big enough. I think I want to go bigger. I have my little basket of blocks over here next to me. I'm trying to get organized here. Actually, I'll probably just do that in a moment. Well, I can do it this way. Just put it on this block sideways. There we go. Okay, so my pieces and parts, I've got a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and this is going to be my card base. So I will just fold that real quick and put it aside because I'm going to build other pieces and parts on there and then kind of adhere it together. This is a piece of the soft succulent cardstock, and I have used the Wintry embossing folder. This is a 2 embossing folder set that's in the regular catalog, and one has snowflakes on it and the other one has these pine bows. So that has been embossed here on the piece of soft succulent. This is one of those embossing folders that's only about 3 inches wide, so it actually left part of it not embossed, and that's okay because we're going to add our designer series paper on there. So I've already cut this down to be about 2 inches and 2 inches wide, and we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on there and then adhere that to our piece of cardstock that's already been embossed. Give that a second. So this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then this piece of design paper is 2 inches by 5 1/4, so that it goes all the way edge to edge. Then we have some ribbon, and I actually used up a lot of this ribbon with some projects last month because we did a big stamp camp for the holidays. So I have a leftover piece of this red ribbon, and this ribbon is the Real Red. It's a sheer ribbon that's 3/8 of an inch wide. It actually is in the mini catalog, and it came out last year, but they returned it to the catalog as an offering this year, and I really do like it. It's a very pretty, light, soft ribbon. So I'm going to just wrap this around my card, and like I said, this is just a leftover piece I had. So I'm going to try and utilize it on here. Hopefully it doesn't. So we're just going to tie it in a knot and kind of shift it over there. And then I'm going to trim up these ends because they're way too long for the card. So hopefully everybody has had a great week. It's Thursday already at least. Tomorrow is Friday. Woohoo! And don't forget, this weekend, you got to set your clocks back for those that are in areas where that is required, which here it is in Virginia where I'm at near the coast. So we get to get an extra hour of sleep. But the bad news is, of course, that starting next week, it will get darker an hour earlier. So I like it though because it's brighter in the mornings. And when you have someone getting on the bus before 7 a.m. every morning, we've been walking in the dark pretty much most of the school year. So, and it's just been getting worse. So I am putting just some glue adhesive, my Tombow glue, on the back of that piece. And now I'm going to lay that on my card base. So again, just building it up. You could probably use dimensionals on this, but I'm going to use dimensionals on some other layers on top of this, so I don't want to put too many layers like that because sometimes when you make it too bulky, it gets too much for the envelope. And then of course requires extra shipping, postage, I should say. All right, now let's move that out of the way and bring in our other pieces. And we have a rectangle of Evening Evergreen and then a rectangle of the basic white. And I am going to use my Evening Evergreen ink pad and the nice pine bow stamp. And I'm just going to stamp one going up, and it'll dry a little bit lighter because this green is very dark, which has been a great new green to have to our collection, especially at the holidays. So a nice dark green. And then I'm going to leave this open because I'm probably going to do a tree on the inside. And then I've got a strip of basic white, and this is about 3/4 of an inch by 4. And I'm going to take the Real Red ink and stamp my Merry Christmas on it and kind of center it right there on that strip of basic white. So good news is, like I said, here we get an extra hour of sleep this weekend, or rest or downtime or whatever you want to call it. But then on the flip side, Monday will be getting darker, or Sunday, beginning Sunday, be getting darker earlier in the evening, but it will be lighter in the mornings. So, all right, now I'm going to take this piece and layer it together with the Evening Evergreen cardstock. And then, this is not a very difficult card, but a really pretty one and very seasonal. And a great little layout that you could kind of use for lots of different stamps and occasions. I'm going to now take my paper snips and cut banner ends in the greeting strip here. If you're just joining, make sure you say hi so I know you're watching. I'm trying to see comments on my computer in front of me, but of course I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing and not cut my finger. So I might miss them, but say hi, even if you're watching a replay and after the fact. So I've cut that out. I'm going to go ahead and bring my card base back in and put that tree on the inside. So I just chose the little tree out of the stamp set. And I think I'm going to actually stamp it off first on some scrap paper. Well, maybe not. I think I'm going to stamp it directly. So let's do it direct right there on the card. So right on the inside in the bottom corner, just to add a little something. And of course, like I said, there are a couple greetings in the stamp set that you could easily stamp right there in the center. I'm not going to do that on my card, but lots of people like to do that. Then that means they have less room to have to write a message. So, all right. So then this, we need to pop this up. So we're going to use some of our dimensionals and put this on the card front. We just have a couple steps left and we'll be done with our project tonight. Okay. So here we go, just putting this right in the center over where the ribbon is. And then I'm going to take the banner and kind of give it some dimension. So right now it's flat. So I'm going to take my bone folder and gently just pull it one way and then take the bone folder and pull it the other way. So it kind of makes it curved a little bit. So it just gives it a little bit of shape and texture to add to the card. And I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals in just 2 spots here on the banner to tack it down to my card front, right over where this opening is here with the pine needles. Just kind of position it. Again, it just gives it a little bit of texture. Real easy to do. Not too much, a little something. And then the last thing, of course, is add just a little bit of bling. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool And my red rhinestones, which these are out of the regular catalog. They're not in the mini. These are just our standard red rhinestones, which, you know, you just can't get enough of these things, especially at the holidays. And they're great value. So I'm going to add a couple of these to the card. I'm going to put one down here, add one up here somewhere, and then we'll kind of stick one down here, like so. Hey y'all! I love it when people say stuff like that. Hey Kimberly, thanks for joining tonight. All right, so there you have it. Like I said, not a very difficult card, but very nice seasonal card using the Evergreen Elegance stamp set that's available in the regular catalog. Don't forget that if you are interested in placing an order, you can definitely use my online code HHJZANH3, and that's going to be at tanyareed.stampinup.net. But if you're interested in getting that starter kit deal, again, I think that is like the best deal they've offered in a really long time. And I know every time they offer a starter kit promotion, I feel like it's the best deal, but it is a great way to start saving right away. And then, of course, once you sign up and get your starter kit, you'll then get the opportunity to place orders at 20% off for everything. So you can do that by going to tanyareed.stampinup.net and just click on the join header at the top, and then it'll take you to a page of information, and then you basically have to get your order together. And for the starter kit, you want it to be no more than $125, and it can't go over that amount for the starter kit. But then once you've gotten your starter kit order placed, shortly after you'll get your demonstrator number, and you can start ordering how much ever you want at 20% off. So it's a really great time and deal. That, of course, goes until November 30th, so we've got a few weeks of it, all month basically, but it started today. And so I'll keep reminding you. And just a reminder that I will be doing a Facebook Live at lunchtime next week, so that'll be on Tuesday the 9th around noon, and it'll be right here on Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot. So have a great rest of the night and enjoy your week. Bye-bye.